The observable universe is about 93 billion light-years in diameter. It contains around 100 billion galaxies, each with 100 billion to 1 trillion stars. Although scientists are not in agreement about what percentage of those stars are sun-like, meaning similar in size, temperature, and luminosity, opinions typically range from 5 to 20%. Assuming the lower range of 5% still gives us about 500 quintillion sun-like stars. Furthermore, there's also a debate over what percentage of those sun-like stars might be orbited by an Earth-like planet. An Earth-like planet is one with similar temperature and conditions that could have liquid water and potentially support life. Some believe it is as high as 50%, but recent studies have speculated around 22%. This suggests that there are a potentially habitable Earth-like planet orbiting at least 1% of the total stars in the universe, giving us a total of 100 quintillion Earth-like planets. So common sense should tell us that there should be plenty of opportunities for intelligent life to develop and exist throughout the universe. Our universe should be teeming with life with spaceships everywhere similar to that of the Star Wars universe. But that isn't the case. So where is everybody? In this video, we are going to talk about the Fermi Paradox and examine some of its possible explanations. But as always, before we begin, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content ahead. We know that our universe is unimaginably vast. But let's for a minute just focus on our own galaxy, the Milky Way. The Milky Way galaxy is estimated to have anywhere between 100 to 400 billion stars. Even if we stick to the lower range of 100 billion stars and run the numbers similar to the observable universe, we would still find 1 billion Earth-like planets and 100,000 intelligent civilizations in our own galaxy. But this is not all. Our Sun is a relatively young star in the lifespan of the universe, and the Earth is only about 4.5 billion years old. This means that there are far older stars with far older Earth-like planets, which should in theory mean that there are civilizations far more advanced than our own. If this is the case, then we should have observed at least one of these advanced civilizations by now. What would these advanced civilizations even look like? There's something called the Kardashev scale, which helps us group intelligent civilizations based upon how much usable energy they have at their disposal. The scale was originally designed in 1964 by the Russian astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev with 3 broad civilization types: Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. Other astronomers have since extended the scale to Type 4 and beyond, but that is a topic for another time. Coming back to the 3 basic types of civilizations, a Type 1 civilization would have the ability to use all of the energy available on its home planet. Humans are currently about 0.75 on this scale, according to Carl Sagan, and should be able to reach Type 1 in a couple of 100 years. Type 2 civilizations, on the other hand, could harness all of the energy of its host star. Although we currently have no idea as to how a civilization could achieve this, we have proposed many ideas like the Dyson sphere, which is a huge structure built around the Sun to harvest all of its energy. Type 3 civilization basically controls its entire galaxy and would be far more advanced than both Type 1 and Type 2. If this level of advancement sounds hard to believe, recall that there are billions of Earth-like planets in our galaxy that are billions of years older than Earth and would have had billions of years of further development. Furthermore, it would take only a couple of million years for advanced civilizations to colonize entire galaxies based on a galactic colonization hypothesis. So if there are millions, if not billions, of habitable planets in our galaxy, and these other life forms have had relatively more time than us, then where are all the aliens? This is the Fermi Paradox, and unfortunately we do not have any answers for it. But we do, however, have some possible explanations. One possible explanation to the Fermi Paradox is the Great Filter Theory. The Great Filter Theory says that at some point from the origin of life to Type 3 civilization, there's a wall that all life hits, from which it is extremely unlikely or even impossible for life to go beyond. So, there is some stage in that long evolutionary process that is impossible for life to overcome. That stage is the Great Filter. Now, there are a few different scenarios for us. If the Great Filter is behind us, then maybe it is extremely unlikely or even impossible for complex life to begin in the universe at all. The conditions required for life are perhaps really complicated, which means there is a very low probability for intelligent life to ever exist. Or it could be that the universe is just recently cooling down for intelligent life to be a possibility. In the early years of the universe, it was too hot for life to start. And even if life started, it was wiped out by gamma ray bursts that are observed in many galaxies billions of light years away. In that case, we and many other species may be on our way to superintelligence, and it simply hasn't happened yet. We just happen to be here at the right time to become one of the first superintelligent civilizations. However, if the Great Filter is ahead of us, then this is an extremely bad news for us all. This would mean that civilizations like ours exist throughout the universe but are wiped out by some event at a certain point in time. For example, a gamma ray burst waiting to happen could easily wipe us all out. Or perhaps, at a certain level of technological advancements, civilizations unintentionally destroy themselves. And all civilizations end this way throughout the universe without ever knowing any other civilizations apart from themselves. Another possible explanation is that Type 2 and Type 3 intelligent civilizations are indeed out there, but there are logical reasons as to why we might not have heard from them. Maybe there is only one Type 3 civilization that is far more advanced than anyone else and keeps it that way by exterminating any intelligent civilization once they get past a certain level. It could also be the case that maybe our technology is too primitive for us to detect any higher civilizations, even though there's plenty of activity and noise out there in the universe. Or maybe we are just too primitive to perceive higher civilizations that are actually all around us. One final thought is perhaps we are all alone in the entire universe. So far, we have no evidence that suggests that there is any other life form beside us. The universe appears to be empty and devoid of life. No one to answer our calls or send us messages. We may be completely alone and trapped on a tiny rock floating in an ever-expanding universe. So if we let life on our planet die, life may perhaps be gone forever and may never exist again in the entire universe. So we must venture out to the stars and try to become the first Type 3 civilization, spreading the seed of life throughout the universe until the last black hole has taken its final breath. Our universe is just too beautiful and precious to not be experienced by some intelligent life form. Well, there you have it. This was the Fermi Paradox and some of its possible explanations. Why do you think we haven't seen any aliens yet? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. And make sure to leave us a like and subscribe to our channel if you're new here. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.